Hello everybody and welcome to the Whiskey Dictionary. This is going to be my recap of any American whiskeys that I reviewed this year, which there was only 4 of them. So this isn't a review of the best bourbons that came out this year. This is only the ones that I actually reviewed. But let's just get right into it. And this first one's going to probably annoy some people, but I don't really care. So first off, this one ended up getting an ignore it or potentially like a try it on my video. This is the Weller Special Reserve. Now here's the reason. Weller Special Reserve is not inherently a bad whiskey. Its MSRP is $24, and if you can find it for that, go ahead and buy it, because who cares, it's $24. But you're not going to. And that is kind of where I landed on this is not worth the hunt. If you are determined to get Weller, you should be hunting maybe like the 107. That one's a really good one. The full proof is fantastic if you can find it. But at this point, you're not going to find it. You're going to be paying secondary prices. It's just silly. If you can, try the whole line, who cares? But the Special Reserve is not worth the hunt. Okay, up next is the Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. Now this one kind of got some, I guess, disagreements. Nothing was rude or anything in the comments where I did a versus between the Bonded and the Triple Mash. And I disliked this one over the Bonded. It just kind of didn't do it for me. There's a weird taste in here that I didn't really love, but more so, I just felt like it's just not there. I love that Jack Daniel's is trying new stuff, and I will always buy it, because I just think that overall their quality is very, very good. You know, you could say what you want to say about Jack Daniel's No. 7, but if nothing else, it brings people into the hobby. So, when we're trying this, I didn't have a whole lot to judge it against. As I mentioned, there's only 4 bottles in this list, so this ends up just being number 3. It's not bad. If you want to try it, it's a very low barrier to entry. It's like $30 or something like that, so go ahead and try it. But for me, this didn't do it. I think it could in a couple more years of them refining this, but that one didn't do it for me. Up next, let's talk about the... I'm really torn between these two, and I'm almost thinking about changing my order right now. But I'm not gonna. So let's go ahead. We'll go with the Widow Jane Lucky 13. Now this one I reviewed this year, and here's my issue with this. I ended up giving this actually I technically gave it ignore it on the video, but I'm changing that right now to try it. I think that if you want to buy this one, or if the price is not a concern for you, then this one is one that you'll actually very much enjoy. What I felt was a problem is that this is $100, and I like this one a lot more as a bourbon, even a 13-year-old bourbon, for like 70. And so that's a pretty large gap. I mean, you could buy this on top of whatever for $70 and then you'll end up with this. But it's the Lucky 13. It tastes really good. It's a good whiskey. It's overpriced. And what I would rather do, actually, I was thinking about this right before filming. So the Widow Jane 10 is now actually Widow Jane's distillate that they have now aged for 10 years. The 13 is still sourced. So I think give them a couple more years and see what they do. See if they put out another 13, because I think that will actually be considerably better. So if you're watching this video in the future, specifically like 2025, see if they have something new by that point. But we'll see. And I guess hi from the past. All right. Lastly, and I just don't really feel super good about this one, so I'm not going to call it like my bourbon of the year. It's just the one that I like the most. This is the Jack Daniel's Bonded. So not a whole lot to say here, other than it's just a better version of the typical Jack Daniel's style and profile. It's good and it's cheap. It's something that I feel is a better purchase than, say, like Gentleman Jack, which, I mean, that's saying a lot. A lot of people move from that Jack Daniel's No. 7 up to Gentleman Jack when they want to try something different. And I actually hope that they go for this, because I think this is a much better pour than the Gentleman Jack. If I were in Jack Daniel's shoes, that's what I would push. I would put this right next to the old No. 7. It even looks very similar. Like, I think that's a good move. That one got a buy it from me, mostly based off the price, and I think the profile is fine. It's exactly what you expect, except a little better, and that's it. So as far as American whiskeys go, I'm like disappointed that I didn't have more to choose from, but this is what I reviewed, so this is what I did. So Special Reserve, if you can find it, buy it. Triple Mash, some people like it a lot more than I do. I think that one comes down to my palate, so if you feel inclined or interested, you should buy this. But I am saying, if you usually line up with me, this one's not there yet. The Special Reserve is delicious to expensive, and then the Bonded is really good for the price. So join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about Irish whiskeys and go over what I reviewed there. So I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.